So welcome back, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Today we're talking specifically about active track on a bicycle. I'm going to use my bike as the object that we're going to track. Coming right up. So one of the major reasons that I bought the Mavic Air was specifically because I can do this on a bike. I can take the Mavic Air out of my jersey pocket, put this in a Ziploc bag, and go wherever I can go on a bike. That's fantastic in terms of the portability of this drone. So in summary, there are 3 different modes with active track that you can use. The first and the most popular is the trace mode. This, you just draw a box and it will follow kind of behind you. The second, briefly, is the profile mode. So I can be going down a road or a trail or whatever, and the profile shot will just go straight alongside you. And the last one is called spotlight mode. Spotlight mode actually stays perfectly in place, kind of like if you think of like a spotlight at a parking lot or whatever. So the spotlight mode is just gonna stay perfectly in place, and as you move, it's gonna pan left, pan right, and then kind of trail off with you in the distance as you leave the frame. Very important to note that the obstacle avoidance is only on the front, back sensors, and then also on the bottom of the Mavic Air. There are no sensors on the sides or on the top of the drone. It doesn't sound like a big deal, but it's a huge deal actually with active track, because when this starts panning from left to right, doing a circle around you, it is not going to see a tree that's coming up on the right hand side. And if you're going 20 miles an hour on a bike and this thing is trying to pan around you in a circular fashion, it could very easily smash right into a tree, a power line. Just suffice it to say, you have to be very careful when using active track on a bike. You definitely want to be above the trees, or very cautious if you're down below the trees on a trail, and make sure you're being very mindful of that. You want to have the pause button readily available so that you can hit that at any time, just in case you start to get close to something, so it'll just pause the active track and get you out of trouble. So just to set expectations with the capabilities of active track. Active track functions by using the camera to focus on the object that you're tracking. It doesn't use GPS signals or anything of the sort, period, right? So what you want to do is kind of pretend, as this thing is tracking you, that you almost have a tight fishing line from yourself back to the Mavic Air. Okay, another question that a lot of folks have is regarding elevation when using active track. Does this rise and descend as the elevation rises and descends when you're on a bike, hiking, whatever? Not really. So what it does do is it will track the elevation as you rise, and it'll stay the same height above the ground that you set it at when you started. So as you rise up 100 feet 100 feet in elevation, this will rise in 100 feet in elevation as well, staying say 10 meters from the ground. Now as you descend, it will stay 100 feet in the air as you're coming back down. So it'll be like that. So again, it'll rise up as you're climbing, and then as you come down, it'll just keep going like that. Okay, so first let me show you this neat little mount that I got for the bike, because you can control the Mavic Air just using the smartphone, and I'll get to the details on that in just a minute. But basically what you have is this little quad lock thing that you can put on the back of your smartphone hard case, and then this little quarter turn mount. Basically what it allows you to do is just press it on there, and so then you have the screen, so you can use your toggles here and just control with your phone. All right, so what we do, you turn on like normal. I'm going to open my DJI Go 4 app. I'm going to click enter the device, connect to aircraft. This is the Wi-Fi connection, since we no longer have the controller to the phone. Hit Wi-Fi connection. Unfold arms, hit next, install battery, start aircraft. All right, next. Connect to the aircraft's Wi-Fi. Press and hold the function button at the rear of the aircraft for 4 seconds. That's this one right here, is blinking. And you'll hear 2 beeps. You'll see your Wi-Fi networks available on your smartphone. Hit connect. All right, then you'll see connection successful. You'll hit done, and now you go into the Go Fly section of the DJI Go 4 app, and the app should come up just like normal. All right, go back to Active Track. Now I can have the box drawn around me, or the dot, so I'll just hit the dot. It sees me, and I'm going to switch to video mode. Let's see what we got.
Maximum flight distance reached.
And there is the dilemma. So the unfortunate thing here is the Mavic Air does not have dynamic home point. Okay, so that's almost the total deal breaker when you're looking at just using the smartphone for the Mavic Air to do active track, at least from a bicycle standpoint. You know, basically this is set up so that it can only go 100 meters in any direction from its home point that it first established when it took off. It doesn't reset its home point 15 meters down the road like the other DJI products currently do. So hopefully this will be added to this in a firmware update. I don't know about that. I would assume it will, because the models above and below this product already support it. So I think it's just a knob that they can turn on. Hopefully that's soon, because that will be a total game changer, because all you would need in your pocket is your phone and not the controller plus the Mavic Air. Okay, so let me show you what I've got now. So I have the quad lock underneath the phone that I had before. That's perfectly, it's nice and solid. You're not going to have any problems with the phone busting loose from the quad lock. The Mavic Air controller, I'm not using the sticks, but what I have here is this little, basically a wire that's rubber coated. You can pick these up at any kind of bike shop. I'll leave a link to the ones that I've found. So what I have here is, you know, this is kind of clamped onto the side of the phone, and then I have the controller wrapped around the bottom, wrapped around my handlebar. So this is not gonna, see, that's pretty solid. That's not gonna go anywhere. Again, not mountain bike material. You're not gonna take this mountain biking, period, don't even think about it. But just riding on a trail, you know, a greenway trail or a very open road with no traffic on it whatsoever, it would work. Grassy surfaces, stuff like that, you know, like a trail bike will be fine. So active track. All right, it's got me. Profile. Okay, so this is actually my favorite mode, and I'll show you why. It's probably the easiest. Active track, we're going to go into spotlight mode. I just think it's a better cinematic quality to it, actually.